everyone, welcome. So grateful to have you all. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing well? Happy Halloween, by the way. I'm not really into Halloween, so it's not my jam, but I know some people really love it. I did my spooky nails, my goth nails for Halloween, just for fun. But that's the only thing you're gonna get from me for Halloween. I do love Scorpio season, it's my favorite season, so that's, I suppose, a part of Halloween. And I'm not Mexican, but I really love El Dia de los Muertos. I love, like, I'm into that kind of skull stuff. But yeah, that's about it. How's everybody doing? We'll get started very shortly. I started early today. I'm actually on time for once because I started my videos on time. So how's everybody doing? Nice to see you all. Let's get started. And I'm doing this live because a lot of things have come up about different people that I have predicted, and I want to update on that. So I'm excited to get into this. I know a lot of people are trick-or-treating and stuff like that, so obviously most of you will be watching replay, which is fine. I just want to stay consistent with doing the lives, because I feel like consistency pays off. Okay, so let's get into it. Well, this won't be long, really, because I know a lot of people, like I said, are trick-or-treating, enjoying Halloween. I hope you enjoy your Halloween. And let's get into it. So I'm going to start with Ashton Kutcher. I actually pulled up his birth chart, and I'm going to show it to you guys. Just because I said a lot of what I predicted about Ashton Kutcher has come true. I said that he would be involved in 2 scandals. I said one of them would be big, but the second would be bigger. I don't know if you guys remember, but I did say that. And it looks like it's coming true with this whole Diddy stuff. You know, I feel badly for his kids and his wife, even though Mila did have some kind of input on it. I was watching this video I was watching this video the other day, and they were talking about Ashton Kutcher and his involvement in the whole Diddy situation. And I forgot that he was with Demi Moore, number one. And number two, I forgot that he had kind of pressured her into orgies and stuff like that she revealed in her book. Well, that's what she says, at least. I kind of believe her. I really do believe her. So it's interesting that these freak offs are considered to be orgies. I'm not trying to say all orgies are like that. It's not my jam. So if you're into that, I'm not judging you. But it's just interesting that there are parallels to what Demi Moore spoke about. And this whole Diddy thing, like his involvement. I did do a live last live did I do about Diddy's associates where he was included. I did 2 lives. One of them he's associated with. I can't remember if it's the first one or the second one, but feel free to check those out too. Okay, so I'm going to pull up his chart. I'm really disappointed in this, but he is the Sun in Aquarius. I don't know why. When I see Sun in Aquarius that are famous getting up to no good, which happens quite a lot, I don't know why, but it upsets me, especially if they're February Aquarius, because I'm a February Aquarius, and I just feel like, I don't know, I want them to be represented well. So his Sun and Moon on Aquarius, interesting, and his rising is Gemini. Oh, so he's very airy, interesting, which I have a similar chart, actually. Yeah, I have a similar chart to this, except my rising, I still think my rising was a Virgo, but the older I get, I'm like, I really think my rising is a Libra. I think my time of birth was wrong. I think it was like hazy, the time of birth, which if it was on the cusp would have fallen into Libra. So yeah, just because it's the next one. But anyways, so so he's got a lot of Aquarius in his chart. His Venus is in Aquarius. Interesting. And I have said this before. Male Aquarius tend to be very non-committal. Aquarius women were very committal because once we commit fully. But Aquarius men, I feel like, can be non-committal. Similar to Sagittarius. Sagittarius men are, in general, non-committal. And with his North Node, let's see where his North Node is. In Libra, interesting. So he needs to learn to bring balance. I think it was last week that I read, because I remember reading his chart recently. So let's see how this scandal is going to have an effect on him in his relationship. Because I saw him having a second scandal. I think this is what it was. So let's see. Okay, so with the Magician, 3 of Wands, and 8 of Wands, I'm using the Crystal Magic Tarot, by the way. I see very strongly that he's big on image, which can be the shadow side of Aquarius. You know, sometimes if you think about very narcissistic Aquarius, they can be very image based, narcissistic people in general. But if you think about like Ellen DeGeneres, people like that, it pains them when they're not seen in a good light. So he is going to try to change the public's opinion of him. Let's see how. By doing humanitarian work. The Star, 7 of Swords, Knight of Wands. By doing humanitarian work. Interesting, because the Star is the card of Aquarius, and we're known for being a humanitarian. So he's going to act like he's doing humanitarian work. I don't think he's really going to do it. He's going to travel. I see him traveling, not to live, but just to do this humanitarian work. Say that he's involved in research in different countries, in Asia and Africa. Really push this good boy image a lot. He's going to hire a marketing agency to help him. But most of it is coming from Mila. She doesn't want this story to break. But it's not looking good for Ashton. So let's see between him and Mila, what's the situation? So she's told him to fix this. The Lovers, 10 of Wands, and Wheel of Fortune. She's told him, and she is a Leo, Aquarius, and Leo opposite sign. I say this all the time. I strongly believe, because I'm an Aquarius, I believe my mate, life mate, whatever, is either a Leo or Gemini. Leo, because it is our karmic partner. And she feels like they're meant to be. She definitely feels like they're soulmates. But he has put her through the ringer, especially recently, and she wants him to fix it. She wants him to fix it, or she's out. She's made that very clear. And by she, I mean Mila. She's made that very clear that she's going to divorce him. In April, I predicted this. April is going to be very monumental. All the people associated with Diddy, April is going to be a make or break month in 2025. I actually just started recording a lot of 2025 videos. And I just almost, I will do Ashton Kutcher soon, because a lot of what I predicted in 2024 has been correct about him. So check that out. But 2025, April, all the people associated with Diddy, April is going to be big. Big, 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 big for them. So stay tuned for that. Does anybody have any questions? Welcome those who just joined. I see some of you have joined. Thank you, thank you. Oh, sorry, hold on. Wrong slide. Okay, back to this one. So now let's move on. And we're moving on to Zoe Kravitz and Channing Tatum. So I did say a long time ago when I first did a reading on them, I said that she would feel like things moved too fast and then she would leave, which is apparently what has happened. He got engaged to her, like she got engaged to him, he proposed to her, and it seems like she felt like it moved too soon. Check out my video. I did it 3 years ago. I remember because, well, I was still in LA. I was just about to leave LA. So yeah, check it out because I watched it. Somebody wrote a comment on it, and I watched it again, and I was still in my LA room. How life has changed so much. It's so crazy to see. But I mean, almost accurate. People like when I did the video, people were like, "Oh no, they're not even dating," but they even got engaged. Okay, and that's what I mean about I pick up energies. I don't really focus on these things. A lot of the time, you guys tell me, and I'm not saying if you do, it's bad. I'm just not into celebrity news like that. I just use them um, as examples for us to learn. Hi, Brianne. How are you? Happy Halloween. Yes, you too. I'm not really into Halloween like that, but happy Halloween. Are you dressing up or anything? I like to stay in my house. I'm hearing music outside, and I forgot it was Halloween because I live on a busy road. And I was like, why is the music playing outside? There's never music outside unless it's like a festival. But there's never any music outside. But now there is. I know why. So let's see. Let's move on. Thank you so much, Brianne, for joining, and happy Halloween to you too. So let's see the update on them and what's going on. Because I got some questions. People are asking me about it. Actually, first, let's read their charts because I pulled up their charts before. I wanted to make sure I was prepped for it. Okay, we'll start with Zoe Kravitz. So I know her sun is Sagittarius. Her moon is in Virgo. Her Venus is in Scorpio, which is very, very telling. I think it's telling because the energy that I picked up on, because I re-watched the video about them, the energy that I picked up on about her is that she is all or nothing. But when she feels like it's not going to go well, she withdraws. And I saw her withdrawing. I think being a stepmother, and it's not for the faint-hearted, you know. I have always wanted to be a stepmother, you know. Ever since I was a kid, I've just always wanted to be a stepmother. I've always wanted to have lots of children. That's why I plan on adopting. But if you're not a stepmother, if you don't want to be a stepmother, it's very difficult to convince somebody to be one, you know. And I think it was very tough for her to accept that aspect, amongst other things, that aspect of the relationship. So let's see his chart. Let's see, sorry. Okay. Channing Tatum. Sun in Taurus, Moon also in Virgo, Venus in Gemini. Interesting. So the Venus signs will tell you automatically they're not compatible. The Sun signs will tell you automatically they're not compatible. I think as friends they can make it work. Definitely not as partners. Definitely not as partners. So let's see. Okay, so I'm picking up here that she found out things about him, the Moon, Page of Pentacles, and the Cherub verse. That she was like, I don't see a foreseeable future with him. I don't see it being long term. I see, well, probably when they're working together, because Page of Pentacles. I think when they were working together, she was like, there's things about him I don't like. I still want to see that movie she directed. Oh my gosh. I really want to see it. Blink Twice. Really, really, I love stuff like that. I love movies like that. He said, neither am I. I'm staying home. Yeah. So Halloween's not for me. If you love Halloween, this is no insult to you. I'm just not a Halloween type of person. It's just not my jam. When I have kids, I'm like, I'll probably have to get somebody to go trick-or-treating with them because I go trick-or-treating. Oh, you know, I might change by then. Okay, so let's see. The deal breaker was she saw things about him. What did she see about him she didn't like? She wanted her freedom. Very Sun and Sagittarius. Very Sun and Sagittarius, which I did see that being an issue before. Yeah. She wanted her freedom. If you're the type that loves freedom, it's very difficult to be in relationships with earth signs or water signs. That's why I always recommend, as an air sign, I always recommend air signs for fire signs and vice versa. Because it's very, I think her perfect match would be a Gemini or an Aquarius or even a Libra, but I definitely see Aquarius or Gemini for her. So let's see what the outcome is going to be. Oh my gosh. So she feels hurt by this. Ace of Swords, Ten of Swords in reverse, the Hierophant. But she's not accepting. She feels hurt because I feel like this is the thing. That's what's very... I had a very similar situation. That's the only reason I'm going to tell you the story. So I did date somebody who is in the public light. Great guy. Absolutely great guy. I had difficulty being angry with him, even though I felt like I had a right to. You know, everybody could feel a certain way. Because he was such a nice guy, you know? But, like they say, both things can be true. Somebody can be a nice guy, kind, but also still lacking as a partner. And she needs to come to terms with that, you know? So he was lacking as a partner to her. And she kind of feels, and I think it's the child thing, you know, when somebody has a young child, which is very similar to my situation. When someone has a young child, that child, especially with the ex, becomes the focus, you know, because it's not with you, and you become like the second person, and you feel like an outsider, you know. So I can relate a lot, and I wish her well because it's not an easy situation to be in. I think she felt second a lot in this relationship, a lot, and he didn't mean to do it, you know. Like he hurt her unintentionally. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's move on to last but not least. If anybody has anything to say? By the way, I have a Justin Bieber video coming out. I just recorded it. I started doing 2025 predictions, if you missed that out earlier. And yeah, I will be releasing it very soon. I'm going to start editing when I'm done with this video. And they should be out for members tomorrow, for everybody else next week, as I usually do. Hi, Jasmine. How are you? Oh my gosh, so nice to see you. Happy Halloween if you're into that. I'm not really into it. But to those who are, you know what I don't like about Halloween? It's so scary. And like I said, I love darkness. I love like Tim Burton movies. I love Hocus Pocus, stuff like that, like witchy stuff. I love that stuff. But when it comes to scary movies, oh my gosh, they like hurt my soul. And I sound so silly saying that. But they do, they hurt my soul. I'm like, oh my gosh, like The Ring. Oh my gosh, that movie. That movie really like affected me. It affected me a lot. Okay. Hi, Marie. Oh, Marie. How are you? Happy Halloween. Yes, you too. I can't believe you're up at this time. What time is it over there? Because you're in France, right? I'm very proud of you for staying up. Well, it's Halloween, right? Okay, so let's move on to JLo and Ben. I'm going to start with JLo's chart. She's Sun in Leo, Moon in Scorpio, Venus in Gemini, which makes a lot of sense. And let's see Ben Affleck. And you know, I was thinking, JLo, actually, a lot of her exes are Sun and Leos. She's a Sun, well, I'm similar. A lot of my exes are Sun and Aquarius, and I'm an Aquarius. I suppose that doesn't really say. It's just very interesting. That's just what I find when people. What do you guys think about when somebody dates frequently the same sun sign. I think it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. I think it tells something about the person. I mean, I stopped. Yes, yeah, you're in France, right? Yeah, that's what I remember. Okay, so Affleck. Yes. Okay, so his sun is in Leo, moon is in Scorpio, rising is in Cancer, and his Venus is in Cancer. Okay, very interesting. I think he's a very complex individual. I must say that. I think he's a very, very complex guy. Very complex, to say the least. Okay, so let me use a different different card for this deck of cards. I'm going to use Pixel Soleil Tarot for this. I haven't used this on the live in a long time. Which parts of France are you in, honey? I keep forgetting to ask you. I think you might have told me, but I forgot. I'm planning, we'll see. No, let me not announce it yet. Once I book my ticket, I'll announce it to everyone what my plans are. Summertime next year. I should tell my family first because that's who I'm going to go see. Okay, so let's see. What's the current energy between J-Lo and Ben Affleck? I did predict a lot of it's come true. Check those out, as I always say. Okay, nice. Very nice. Atlantic coast. So it's not too far. What I miss about Europe is just being able to travel everywhere. I miss that so much. I was in England and I was, like you go to Germany, France, all that stuff. Portugal, like £40 for me to go to Portugal from London. I missed out a lot. Oh, you're from La Rochelle. Okay, I didn't know that. I know La Rochelle. Yeah. In school, in high school, my French teacher was from La Rochelle. I forgot her last name. Oh my gosh, she was such a great teacher. She taught me a lot. She taught me a lot French. She was so sweet too. Mrs. Bostock, that was her name. But she married a German, so her last name was German. She was so sweet. I had my language teachers were so sweet. It was like science and English and stuff that I didn't really like. Well, English is a language, but that's my first language. It doesn't really count. But like my French teacher was really sweet. My Spanish teacher, she was kind of like moody, but she meant well. But my French teachers in high school were always sweet, and I took French for a long time. My French teachers were lovely, 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 lovely. Especially her, she was one of my favorite teachers. But anyways, I'm gonna stop talking about teachers. But she was from La Rochelle. Okay, so let's get into this. Okay, 7 of Wands. So right now he's being shady. He's being very shady. 10 of Swords. He's going to put out this image that he's not doing well. I think people blame J-Lo as being the one that's like mean and stuff like that. I think she can be, but so is he. So is he. He has a very sneaky side to him. Oh, Brianna, I didn't see this. Let me read this. Are we surprised that Ben and J-Lo broke up? In my opinion, they should have never gotten together. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. That's the thing about exes. I'm gonna go back to exes. I just don't. It doesn't matter how long it's been. I've done that twice, excuse me. No, once before. The second time it was a lost. I don't want to get into the story, but it wasn't. We were friends. Let's leave it at that. But yeah, I agree with that. It's just not a good idea. But I think she's just so desperate for love, which I see in some Leos. Some Leos can be very desperate for love and attention. It's like the shadow side of their sign. They become so desperate, they'll do anything for it. and it's very sad. So I see that he's going to put out this image that he calls the paparazzi, and my intuition picks up very strongly. He's just as guilty of calling the paparazzi as she is. He's just as, he just hides it very well. And yeah, he's gonna try to hide it, that he's called the paparazzi, all that kind of stuff. But people are going to start to catch on to this guy is not so innocent. So let's see what the outcome is. I just feel for the kids. Mostly for her kids, because this is the third rodeo, So sad. And I have said, I met one of her children, very, very sweet. I just feel for them, They're very sweet, the child that I met. I don't want to say which one, but I met one of her children. And very well behaved. Okay, so let's see. The outcome is. Okay, Five of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and Page of Swords. So he wants to push this in. He's going to push the image that he's the best guy. She's going to be quiet for a while. Then she'll come out with. She's going to do like some kind of tour. I think it's Vegas, some kind of tour. She's going to put out a statement before that. Another statement, because I was accurate about the last statement. She's going to put out another one. She's going to say, both of them very looking for sympathy, looking for, and I suppose the publicists are also telling them that, which that's what publicists do. But this is the era, and I say this all the time, the age of Aquarius. We've entered the age of Aquarius, and it's about truth. Being humble, no facades, and as we enter that phase, a lot of these publicists, handler types, are going to be cut off, especially publicists. Publicists can be very sneaky people. I'm sorry for publicists, that's just my opinion. I dated one for a long time, and he was not. I mean, he was a cool guy. We didn't have a great relationship, but long story short, he kind of taught me like the tricks being a publicist, and it was kind of creepy, very creepy stuff he used to tell me. But yeah, they just sometimes don't have good intentions, and will use any kind of platform to get attention and to garner attention towards something that I think is not in the right way. And it's the end of that. So people are going to see through it. People are going to be like, what is happening? People are going to ask what is happening and question a lot. And now, when we have the internet that has years and years and years of evidence, decades of evidence, people can pull up a lie like that, So people are going to pull up things. He's going to get his exposure soon. People are going to start exposing him. So I'd recommend that he lays low too, which I don't think he's going to do. Okay, I'm about to end the live, and I'll start editing the videos. They'll be available for members tomorrow. Available for everybody else next week. Happy Scorpio season, everybody. I love Scorpio season. It's my favorite season of all time. I love Scorpio energy. I love Scorpio women. I get along very well with Scorpio women. The Scorpio men I met, let's just leave it at that. Especially in relationships, I've not had good experiences. But I still appreciate Scorpios. I love that they're no BS. They can write to people. So happy Scorpio season, everybody. There is a full moon coming up soon. I believe in 2 weeks. It's going to be full moon in Taurus. So I'll have a reading about that. If you're not a member, and to my members, next week I'm doing a live where I do readings on members. So it's always the first Thursday of the month. So I'll do my regular live. Then after that, if you want to ask any questions, that is for members only. Click the membership tab to check that out, and you can become a member and join in. It's so much fun. We have a lot of fun when it's members asking questions, stuff like that. If you don't mind people knowing your personal story, it's very fascinating. I pull up, ask you a chart, stuff like that. Really, I do basically like full reading, not full reading, but like to the extent of a reading as I can with the limited time we have. I also do personal readings. I've opened them back up. So I do them on Sundays. If you're interested, you can DM me on Instagram and so forth for more of those. If you have any questions, so forth. I'm so tired right now. I've done basically 3 hours of reading, so it's time for me to end this live. I'm starting to speak gibberish. And before that, I was coding for a few hours, so I'm very tired right now. So I'm going to edit and then go to bed. Well, do my yoga, edit, and go to bed. So thank you, everybody who showed up today. I'm so happy you did. Happy Halloween. I don't practice it, but I love my Tim Burton. I'm going to watch a Tim Burton movie tonight. I might watch Casper. I know it's not Tim Burton, but still along those lines. I can't do scary movies. That's not my jam, but I might watch Edward Scissorhands, actually. I love it. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. What's your favorite movie? If you guys want to tell me, favorite Halloween type movie. I also love Hocus Pocus, Witches. I love, maybe I should watch Witches, the Roald Dahl, Angelica Houston. Has anybody seen Witches? I love that movie. Me and my sister used to watch those movies when we were kids. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. She would actually like, because she was older than I am, so she used to like, um, she used to put on movies and be like, okay, let's watch this. And I'm like, this is scary. She's like, you'll be fine. And then at nighttime, I'd have difficulty sleeping. Siblings. Sibling relationships are the best. Okay, so I'm going to end this live. It's such a pleasure. I love all of you so much. Stay tuned. Next week I will have a live again. I'm aiming for 7:30, 7:30 or 8 p.m. So please keep that in your diary, your calendar, whatever. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Take care.